Yo ho ho and welcome back again to another episode of The Beach Gamer. This is the 15th episode and yeah, appreciate you all watching. And this week we're going to be doing something new, a bit of a twist on something. We're going to be doing something called gaming pickups, where I show you what in the last few weeks I've been picking up for the gaming collection. And we're also going to mix that with a little bit of top 5 funniest games in my collection. We're going to try and cheer up that mood a bit and I'll tell you some interesting games which will make you laugh, because at the moment in this time it's difficult for a lot of people. Some people are still on furlough, some people are like struggling because they can't go out and enjoy the things they want to do. The weather is freezing cold as well. So yeah, it's very difficult times for a lot of people. So we're going to be telling you 5 retro video games that I own, that are really funny and make you laugh, worth playing. So yeah, we're going to crack on, show you first the gaming pickups, and then go straight into that top 5 funniest games. Cheers. Okay, so welcome back, and we're going to be talking about the gaming pickups now. So what have we picked up in the last couple of weeks? So the first game I'm going to be showing you is I'm just playing it now, and this is called Suikoden 4. And this is your kind of standard JRPG. Basically, the story is you get exiled to an island, and you recruit a load of members on the way to kind of save the island from falling into bad hands. And you got to fight a load of enemies, build up your levels, get a load of money, and try and get weapons, etc., etc., and build your team. So a very unique game, I think. I've never really seen an RPG where you can get over 100 characters, and yeah, you've basically got to get them all in your team while exploring the islands on a ship, going to different towns, talking to the kings and the townsfolk. Yeah, very interesting game, and yeah, I highly recommend it. I've put a lot of hours into that. So yeah, we'll finish with that, and we'll talk about the second game on the PlayStation 2, Suikoden 4. Yeah, definitely recommend that. Second game in pickup. This is a game I don't know a lot about, and I've never really played. It's made by Koei Tecmo Europe. It's actually called Arno Surge Ode to an Unborn Star. So a very unique looking game. And it's actually about, there are a couple of heroes in this. You've got humans and spiritual forms, and they're trying to save the world from a dangerous race taking over the planet. And they use types of magic like song magic, which is a very kind of unusual thing to kind of destroy enemies in a game to save the world. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. And that's PlayStation 3 Arno Surge Ode to an Unborn Star. So we're moving on to our third pickup, and this is a game I saw and I knew absolutely nothing about also, and it's actually called Akiba's Trip, or you could say Akiba's Strip, Undead and Undressed. And yeah, so this is a really weird anime game. It's typical Japanese, very unusual, very quirky. You go to the town of Tokyo and you have to undress vampires to kill them. Yes, that is correct. So you go through the game and you have to fight off lots of vampires in this game, and you basically have to undress them to kill them. So yeah, there are scenes of nudity in this, so a very unusual kind of JRPG, but I think it's going to be definitely worth a punt. I've never seen anything like that before, so I love anime. So yeah, an interesting one. Also, I think a nice collector's piece in the future. That's Akiba's Trip. That's my third pickup. And now we're going to go straight into our fourth pickup. And I'm just going to put it on now. And there it is. Lawnmower Racing. That's this game, Wreckfest, on the Xbox One. And yeah, I mean, what can I say about this game? This is, I think, a good reason why multiplayer racing began, you know. So a multiplayer game and started, I mean, you can have so much fun banging into people. It's like your typical Demolition Derby game. You use bangers, you can use buses, combine harvesters, lawnmowers, standard cars, all sorts, to get your kind of to win races and basically destroy cars in demolition derbies. It's so much fun. I highly recommend it. Playing it with a load of mates online. Yeah, hours and hours of fun. So I'm really glad I got this game. It's pretty funny. Yeah, just hours of just cheesy fun kind of. And yeah, that's the Xbox One game Wreckfest, which I picked up recently. Well worth getting. And that is my gaming pickups, and we're now going to go straight in and talk about our top 5 funniest retro games. Cheers. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about the top 5 funniest games that I own. And yeah, I mean, I think definitely, like I said at the start of the show, laughter is definitely something we need at the moment with what's going on in the world, with COVID, and not being able to do the things we really want to do. So we're looking at a lot of doing things like media, a lot of reading, a lot of game playing, and watching TV, YouTube, and hopefully finding things like laughter. I mean, and that's just really helping you kind of get by in these kind of darker times at the moment. So yeah, this is why I've done this video. So yeah, a quick bonus recommendation. I don't own the game. I really wish I owned the game. But it's a Terry Pratchett classic. It's actually called Discworld. There is Discworld and Discworld Noir. And I really want those games, and I highly recommend anyone getting those games if you're big into Terry Pratchett kind of comedy and reading. They're really good games, and it would definitely be in my top 5 if I actually owned it. But we're going to go straight into our number 5 now. And our number 5 is actually a game about pirates. It's called Escape from Monkey Island, and it's a click and mouse game. It's very witty. For the PlayStation 2, it's a very witty game. It's not my kind of humor, and the game is at times very hard, but it's pretty good, and it's entertaining, and it will give you a few laughs. And so that's number 5, Escape from Monkey Island. So here we are, straight into the number 4. And what can I say about this game? So a Spectrum game, and it comes on one of the Magnificent 7 set, and a very unusual game, but actually kind of that Rick Mayall, kind of A.D. Edmondson kind of comedy, and it's called, if you can see it there, it's actually called How to Be a Complete Bastard. Yeah, that's right. This video game is called How to Be a Complete Bastard. So you have to basically pull pranks, and yeah, you got to break wind, and there is actually a fartometer that measures your kind of success of this, which is very unusual. Yeah, I know, it's like, I can't believe it either, but yes, there is a video game where you have a fartometer and you actually have to break wind to succeed in the game. So yeah, that is How to Be a Complete Bastard. That's my number 4 pick, and yeah, excellent. Okay, moving on to my number 3 game. Yeah, it's that classic school comedy. This is kind of a split, actually, because I'm thinking Spectrum School Days was also a game like this, and this is actually Bully. Well, it's known as Canis Canem Edit, but it's actually known as Bully on the PlayStation 2. So it's, both games have got that real school kind of humour. You're catapulting at teachers, you're graffitiing walls, you're bullying bullies and nerds, and playing pranks on the teachers, jokes, banana skins, all sorts. Typical classic, using marbles to trip people up. Typical classic kind of schoolyard kind of pranks. All put into a video game, and a great story for this game example. Canis Canem Edit, known as Bully. That is my number 3 pick for the PlayStation 2. Okay, into the number 2, and a surprising entry maybe for some. But I've actually found this game really funny. I found it very blunt with the humour. And it's actually a JRPG called Disgaea 2. The Disgaea series is actually a tactical series. It's like a tactics strategy kind of game. And if you listen to the dialect, it's actually really pretty blunt and humorous. It's very funny. It's just basically looking at people and taking the piss straight up. Like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, calling out someone's boob size, maybe things like that. Not the kind of usual thing you'd kind of hear, but it's like, it's also pretty dark humor as well, because this is kind of about angels and demons. So it's a real kind of classic mix of humor in this. But I really recommend playing it because the dialect is funny, even if you don't enjoy the actual kind of the gameplay in the game. So yeah, I highly recommend that. Some very funny kind of lines and comments in Disgaea 2, and that's the number 2.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green. Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no...
So this is the number 1 pick. And this is actually for the PlayStation 1. This is such a funny game. And it's actually called Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. So it's about the Templars. It's a point-and-click game, like a mystery. And you have to find out information about a killer, and it all leads to kind of a long hunt traveling around kind of Europe. You're an American guy with contacts kind of in Europe, and you're trying to play a bit of a detective to find out what's really going on with the Templars. And so it's actually really funny. Every conversation on this game is just a crack a minute. You've got an American, he goes to Ireland, he's speaking to drunk Irish people about trying to find this person. He's then got French cops he's arguing with that he's got to a kind of address, and it's just another funny conversation. It's so witty, this game. It's just a laugh a minute. I highly recommend anyone who wants to laugh to play this game. Okay, the graphics aren't great, but the gameplay is good fun. It's a detective kind of thing, so you're kind of going through the game, pointing and clicking, looking for those kind of clues. But oh my god, it just makes you laugh. There's a scene with a goat. It just cracked. It just, even the actions, the talking, everything just cracks me up on this game. And that's it. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, PlayStation 1. I highly recommend it, and yeah, it's really worth getting. And that is my top 5 funniest games. And yeah. Thank you all for watching The Beach Game. It's been another episode, and we'll be back for episode 16, so stay tuned. Cheers!